Hello guys, good evening. So today we'll discuss about major industrial regions, major mineral locations in India. So it's one of the very important topics for UPSC. So let us begin. The material I have taken is GS core, IAS core material. Okay, that is PT Sampoorna material. It is available freely on their website, so you can get access to that. So coming to the topic, major industries, industrial belts and regions in India. So the first one is Mumbai Pune industrial region. You know, it is one of the highly developed industrial region in India. So the Mumbai Pune industrial region. This region extends from the Thane to Pune. Okay, Thane to Pune in adjoining districts of Nasik and Solapur. This region owns origin to the British rule in India. So you know that Britishers when they came, their major trading as a trading company when they came, they selected certain coastal areas as trading areas. Okay, for example, Goa you can see occupied by Portuguese. Okay, Pondicherry you can see occupied by French colonies, or Britishers you can see. Okay, this Calcutta region in West Bengal, or Madras region, like that. This one also, Mumbai Pune industrial region, the origin the British rule in India. So the industrial centers of this region are Ambarnath, Andheri, Bandar, Ghantapur, okay, Hadaspar, Jogeshwari, Kalyan, Kirki, Kolhapur, Kurla, Nasik, Solapur, Thane, Trombe, okay, Ulhasnagar and Vikhroli area. Okay, so if you can see in the map, this is the Mumbai Pune industrial region. You don't have to remember all these areas, but just try to remember the regions. Okay, have a clear understanding. Next comes the Kolkata Hooghly industrial region. Is located in West Bengal. This region extends from the narrow belt running along the river Hooghly, for which the distance is about 100 kilometers from the Bansberia and Naithili of the North Birdarnagar in the south. Okay, so you can see this is the area. Okay, Hooghly region. So the major industrial region, it has Kolkata, Howrah, Haldia, okay, Serampur, Rishad. So you can go through this, and then Bangalore, Tamil Nadu industrial region is there, spread across two states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So it is one of the fastest industrial growth in the post-independence era. It is showing fastest industrial growth. So in the map, if you can see, this is this region, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu region. Okay, and Kollam, Tirunanthapuram region is there, Mumbai, Pune region is there, Gujarat region. Okay, Gurgaon, Delhi, Meerut region is there, Hooghly region, Chotamar region, the Visakhapatnam, Guntur region. These are the major areas. Till 1960s, industries were confined to the Bangalore district of Karnataka and Salem and Madurai districts of Tamil Nadu. But now they have spread all across the Tamil Nadu except Villupuram. Okay. So Madurai is known for the cotton textiles, and Visvesvaraya iron and steel works located in Bhadravati. It is one of, and other important centers of this region are Sivakasi, Tiruchirappalli, Mudukottai, Mittur, Mysore and Mandya. So the next one is Gujarat industrial region. It is the nucleus of the region, lies between Ahmedabad and Vadodara. So this is the Gujarat industrial region. Okay. So the nucleus of this region lies between the Ahmedabad and Vadodara district. Okay. Next comes the Chotamar industrial region. So here the specialty is most of the minerals and metals, non-metals are also found in this particular Chotamar region. It's famous for mineral exploration. So many of the mining companies of Government of India and private companies are also located here. Okay. Visakhapatnam Guntur industrial region, you know that. It extends from Visakhapatnam district in the northeastern part of Andhra Pradesh to Kurnool and Prakasam district in the southeastern part. Covers most of the coastal Andhra Pradesh. Okay, it includes areas like Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Vijayanagar, Rajahmundry, Kurnool, Ellam and Guntur areas. And the next one is Gurugram, Delhi, Meerut industrial region. Okay, So this region is developed after independence, but one of the fastest growing industries in India. So before independence, we have discussed till now, wherever the ports of the Britishers or the French colonies or Dutch colonies or the Portuguese colonies are located, there the industrialization first started. Okay, and it extended throughout the India. But this region, Gurgaon, Delhi, Meerut region, developed after independence. Okay. Next is Kollam Tirunanthapuram region in Kerala. It's a comparatively small industrial region spread across this areas such as Tirunanthapuram, Kollam, okay, Alvai, Ernakulam, and Alappuzha districts of South Kerala. But it is also one of the fastest growing region. Okay, so other minor industrial regions are also present in India. You have to just have a glance. You don't have to remember everything. But Ambala, Amritsar, Haryana, Punjab, in Haryana, Punjab area, Ambala, Amritsar region, okay, and Saharanpur and Muzaffarnagar, okay, in Uttar Pradesh area, Indore, Devas, Ujjain region in Madhya Pradesh, okay, Jaipur, Ajmer region in Pakistan, Kolhapur, South Kannada in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Northern Malabar in Kerala, okay, Middle Barbar in Kerala, and Adilabad and Nizamabad in Andhra Pradesh area. So presently it is belonging to Telangana area. Allahabad, Varanasi, Mirzapur area in Uttar Pradesh, Bhojpur, Munger area in Bihar, okay, Durg and Raipur area in Chhattisgarh, Bilaspur and Korba area in Chhattisgarh, and Brahmaputra Valley of Assam. These are the minor industrial regions in India. Just have a glance at it. Once again, if you can see, this is the map in which Kollam Tirunanthapuram region is here, Bangalore Tamil Nadu region is here, Mumbai Pune region is here, okay, Gujarat region, Gurgaon Delhi Meerut region, Chotamar Gulati region, Hooghly region, West Bengal, Visakhapatnam and Guntur region. These are the major industrial regions. Coming to minor industrial regions we have discussed. Next is industrial corridors. Okay, so these are the corridors approved by the government of India. Okay, so government started with 5 industrial corridors project, okay, which is to be implemented by the National Industrial Corridor Development and Implementation Trust, NICDIT. Okay, so this trust is responsible for maintaining first implementation and then maintaining these particular industrial regions. So it can be asked which of the following corridors is an industrial corridor developed by the NICDIT, like that it can be asked. So first one is Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor. Okay, which of the following states are involved in this can also be asked. So Uttar Pradesh, obviously, so Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra, the Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor. Amritsar Kolkata Industrial Corridor is there, which includes Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. I will show you that particular thing in the map also. Chennai Bangalore Industrial Corridor is there, which covers Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. East Coast Economic Corridor with Vizag Chennai Industrial Corridor in phase 1, and then the phase 2 there is another plan. So Bangalore Mumbai Industrial Corridor. Since this East Coast Economic Corridor covers West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, the Bangalore Mumbai Corridor covers the Karnataka and Maharashtra. So if you can see the map, Delhi to Mumbai area, one industrial corridor is going to be developed. So like this one industrial corridor, and then connecting the other cities. If you can follow the states which are involved, you'll be able to identify it. Okay, so from Visakhapatnam area to Kolkata area, one industrial corridor is there. Okay, so Bangalore to Mumbai, one area is there, like that. Many of them. So Delhi, Mumbai, Amritsar, Kolkata. So Chennai, Bengaluru area is there. In East Coast Economic Corridor, Bangalore, Mumbai Industrial Corridor is there. Okay. Next concept is dedicated freight corridors. Okay, freight means transportation. So for transportation and connectivity, freight corridors are also going to be developed. It is linked with the industries because industrial raw material and end products are also be transported from one area to another. So in the dedicated freight corridors, eastern and western dedicated freight corridors are present. Okay. So the eastern and western dedicated freight corridors are the mega rail transport projects being undertaken to increase the transportation capacity and reduce the unit cost of transportation, improve the service quality. So what is happening in India? Most of the freight transport is carried out by road sector. Okay. In many other countries, major one will be the railway sector, followed by the ports, seaports, and then the inland waterways, because they are the cheap mode of transportation. While we are going through road, the connectivity is less, and the cost of transportation will be more. Okay, but in India, road transport is playing a major role because of delays in railways, of not presence of enough railway network in India, or dedicated freight corridors for. So that's why now government is trying to focus upon increasing the transportation capacity of the railway sector in India. So the eastern western dedicated freight corridor is a mega railway transport project. Okay, the eastern dedicated freight corridor, which is having 1800 kilometers, extend from Dankuni area near Kolkata to Ludhiana in Punjab. Okay, from Kolkata to Punjab area. In the western one, extend from Jawaharlal Nehru Port in Mumbai to Dadri Rewari Port in Delhi. So one is from Kolkata to Ludhiana in Punjab, and another one is this Mumbai to Delhi area. Okay, so this special purpose vehicle has been created for dedicated freight corridor created by Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India Limited. Okay, which was set up to implement this particular project. So the major part of this eastern dedicated freight corridor is being funded by World Bank. Remember, World Bank is also involved here, and the western one is funded by Japan International Cooperation Agency. Okay, eastern one, which is from Kolkata to Ludhiana, is being funded by World Bank, and the western one, that is Mumbai to Delhi one, is being funded by Japan International Cooperation Agencies. So coming to we have discussed the industrial corridors. So you have a broad idea where all the industries are located and the industrial corridors are located. So now we have to go in specific. So major industries and minor material industries are also present. So if we take the major industries, iron and steel will be coming, coal industry will be coming. Okay, so another things like major minerals industries will come. So if we see iron and steel industry, so first at a global level you have to see the global crude steel production has reached now 1800 million tons by 2019, up by 3.4% when compared to 2018. These figures can be used in mains answer writing. So the global crude steel production is 1800 million tons. Okay, this present now the steel production is contracted, especially in 2019, except in Asia. In Asia, China is the major producer of crude steel. Okay, and except in Asia and Middle East, it has contracted. In the COVID times, it has contracted even in Asia and other parts of the world. So if we see, yeah, here the map of this dedicated freight corridor network has been clearly mentioned. Okay, so this is the eastern one, this is the western one, the red color line, from Ludhiana in Punjab, covering to this Dadri area in Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur area. Okay, this Mughal Sarai area in Bihar. Okay, and then coming to this Kolkata finally. So Ludhiana to Dankuni area near Kolkata is the eastern corridor. The western corridor you can see from Mumbai to Delhi area. Okay, it also covers Surat, Ahmedabad. Okay. So it is in the states of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Haryana. So these are the other areas, other smaller freight corridors are also present. Okay, from Mumbai to Kolkata, one freight corridor is there. Okay, so from Vijayawada to Kharagpur in West Bengal, one corridor is there. So from Chennai, connecting this entire all the states from Andhra Pradesh, via Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, this Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and till Delhi, one dedicated freight corridor is there. Okay. These are the future projects. Presently, these red color ones are the sanctioned projects. In future, they got the approval, but in future they will be implemented. So, and these dotted line structures are there. They are yet to be approved, but there is a plan for creating them. Okay, so only 2 have been sanctioned. Rest of them, whatever are there, they are in the planning stage, but just have an idea. Okay, so this is the map. So iron and steel industries, global crude steel production, we have seen. There is a rapid rise in the production has resulted in India becoming the second largest producer of crude steel. Third largest from third largest in 2017, it became second largest in 2018. The country is also the largest producer of sponge iron. Okay, special type of iron is there. Okay, in the world, and it is the third largest finished steel consumer on the producer. Crude steel is different, finished steel is different. Okay, finished steel in consumption, India is the third largest after China and USA, obviously. In 2018-19, production of finished steel, okay, not the consumption, production was about 131 million tons. Okay, 3.7% growth is there. Production of pig iron. Okay, it's another type of iron, pig iron. Okay, it is used for industrial purpose specially and construction purpose. This pig iron was 6 million tons, so it's grown by 5.7%. And India is the largest producer of sponge iron, pig iron, sponge iron, and coal-based route accounted for 79% of the total sponge iron production. So you can see there are various types of production of this production and purification of the mineral ores. One of the method is coal-based plants. So there will be an associated coal-based power plant which provides the required energy for production of this iron and steel. So coal-based sector is 79%. So if you see on a global scale, top 5 steel producing countries, you have to know. So China, you can see there is a huge difference between China and India. 996, okay, 900 metric tons of total steel produced, iron and steel produced, belong to China only. Followed by India 111, Japan 99, US 89, Russia 71. So China, India, Japan, US and Russia. You have to know this particular order. Of the total production, 8.3% is produced by China itself, and just 1.8% is produced by India. Okay, sorry, it is the percentage growth. So China is much more producing much more. So from 2018, what is the to 2019, what is the growth it has been seen. So China did grow by 8.3%, while India grew by 1.8%. So if you see major iron and steel plants in India, you have to know a few locations. One is Salem, very famous in Tamil Nadu. Bhadravati, Vijayanagar in Karnataka. Okay. This in the Chotanagpur plateau, many are located. Okay. Jamshedpur, the Tatas have constructed it. Okay. Rourkela plant is there. Bokaro plant is there. Okay. Burnpur is there. Durgapur. Here, many of them are concentrated. Okay. Let's try to know. This is Odisha. This is West Bengal. This is Jharkhand. This is Chhattisgarh. So in Chhattisgarh, Bhilai is there. Chhattisgarh. This is Odisha. This is Jharkhand. In Jharkhand, Bokaro and Jamshedpur is there. Jharkhand, Jamshedpur and Bokaro. Chhattisgarh, Bhilai. Okay. So Odisha, Rourkela is there. And in West Bengal, Burnpur and Durgapur. So try to remember. In Karnataka, Vijayanagara and Bhadravati, and Salem in Tamil Nadu. These are the major areas, major iron and steel producing plants in India. Coming to the automobile industry, so it is second major industry in India. So if you can see the figures, India became the fourth largest auto manufacturing market in India. Sales increased by 8.3%. So you have to know what position India is in. So India in iron and steel, with what position it is in? Third position. So in automobile industries, it is fourth position. Okay. So it is the seventh largest manufacturer of commercial vehicles, but it is having largest market for all kinds of vehicles. Fourth largest market, but production automobile industries, manufacturing seventh largest. Automobile exports grew by 14.5% during the financial year 2019. It is expected to grow by CJR of, this is annual growth rate. Okay, so compounded annual growth rate of 3.5% during 2016-26. In this period, it can grow up to 3.5%. Okay, India will become the global automotive triumvirate. So this status is going to be achieved by India when it becomes one of the top three markets. Now it is the fourth largest market, right? So the big three is the global top three markets of this automobile in the coming 20 years, and it will exceed and the Indian automotive sales from US market. So by mid 2030, it is going to exceed the US market also. So Indian auto industry is expected to see the 8 to 12% increase by hiring in its hiring. So it is one of the major employment generation sectors. So hiring is also going to be increased. Overall domestic manufacturing of this automobile sales, overall domestic automobile sales increased by 6.7% in this CJR between 2013 and 19. Okay, so you can see 26 odd million vehicles have been sold in the financial year 2019. This is the tune. Just remember the tune in which we are selling the automobiles, and domestic automobile production increased by 6.9%. Okay, the financial year 2019 commercial vehicles recorded the fastest growth. Okay, in the domestic sales, so at 17.5% year-on-year growth has been seen in the commercial vehicles, especially in the domestic sales. In exports, it is on a slow increase. Three vehicles have also seen an increase of 10.27%. So these are the pointers can be used in mains answer writing, but you have to have an idea that India is the seventh largest manufacturer and fourth largest market. Okay. So lot of companies are present, but just try to have location. Okay, so you can see in the north, the Delhi, Gurgaon, Faridabad area, they are present. In Kolkata, Jamshedpur area, Mumbai, Pune, Nasik and Aurangabad area, and Chennai, Bangalore area. These are the major areas in which automobile manufacturing and automobile markets are present. Okay, so these are the major companies, Ashok Leyland, Tata Motors, Okay. So lot of Indian and foreign companies are also present in the Indian automobile sector. Okay, so next one is the chemical industries. India ranks 14th in the global export of chemicals and 8th in import. 14 and 8. So once again, India is third in iron and steel, 7th in automobile manufacturing, automobile market third, 14th in export of chemicals, 8th in import of chemicals. Okay, market size of chemical industries in India stood at 178 billion. Total production of major chemicals and petrochemicals stood at 27,000 or 27,858 metric tons during this financial year. Okay, so alkali chemicals is the largest sale. So alkali chemicals will be there, alkaline basic in nature, and acidic chemicals are present. Alkali chemicals are showing the largest share. approximately 69% of the total production, because alkali chemicals are used in many products such as detergents, okay, soaps, dishwashing chemicals, and many of the industrial chemicals are also alkali bases will be used. So for the production of polymers accounts for around 61% of the total production of these major petrochemicals. So the petrochemicals, these chemicals are like primary substituents, so primary products. So they will be utilized for production of another products such as. So in that the chemicals major part is used for creation of polymers, the cloth industry. So the location of chemical industries, if you can see, in Assam, Guwahati area, we have Durgapur area, West Bengal, Calcutta. So this Puri area in Odisha, Rajpur area, Raipur area, and Jabalipuram area in Madhya Pradesh is there. Okay, Jamnagar in Gujarat, Jamnagar and Bhavnagar areas, and then Bikaner in Punjab. Okay, Savai Madhopur in Rajasthan. Sorry, Bikaner in Rajasthan. So Hyderabad in Telangana, Bangalore. Okay, Bhadravati plant is there. So Coimbatore area, Tuticorin area, and Thiruvananthapuram area. So these are the areas in which chemical industries and drug and pharma industries are present. Sorry, cement industries is given here. Sorry, these are the cement industries. Just have an go through it. Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar area. Okay, Jalandhar area in Punjab, Nagpur, Ajmer, Savai Madhopur, and Kota area, Srinagar, Jamnagar and Bhavnagar, Rajpur area. So Kolkata area, Durgapur area, Guwahati area, Bhadravati, Coimbatore. These are the cement industries, and these are the drug and pharmaceutical industries. Drug and pharma industries can be asked. Okay, definitely just go through it. Tamil Nadu, Tuticorin, Thiruvananthapuram, Mumbai. Okay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Raipur, Puri, and Bikaner, Amritsar, and Nainital, and this Bhavnagar area. These are the major areas for production of industries. The petrochemicals demand is going to be increased by 7.5% of the CJR. So petrochemicals are derived from this petroleum, crude oil, and then agrochemicals are present. Agrochemicals are present in India is expected to grow 8%, reaching 3.7 billion by 2020, financial year 22, and 4.7 billion by 2025. The agrochemicals are majorly the pesticides and the fertilizers. Okay, many broad spectrum of pesticides are used in India, and NPK fertilizers, urea fertilizers, and different kinds of fertilizers are present used in India. So agrochemical materials are also going to be increased. So if we see the top 10 countries by chemical sales, not manufacturing, sales. So China is the largest market for it. EU is the second. USA, Japan, South Korea, followed by India. India is in 6th position. Okay, 6th position. So if you can see, in iron and steel, and then in this chemical industries. So what are the other things we have discussed? Iron and steel, petrochemical industries, and this drugs and pharmaceutical cement industries. The figures are not clearly given. The chemical industries, automobile industries here. So just go through I'll just go through the ranking once again, the end of the class. India's ranking, you have to have a clear idea. So the fertilizer industry, separately it is given. Okay, fertilizer industry, India is the third largest producer and largest consumer. Okay, so India is the third largest producer and consumer of the fertilizers in the world. the domestic production of urea has been decreased marginally by 0.7% and imports have been increased in the financial year 2018. So previous figures are given. For the latest figures, you can refer the India Yearbook, or you can also refer the economic survey. They are given. These figures are not very important, like if there is a decline or the trends will be asked. Like the fertilizer production in India is constantly increasing. No, sometimes it is increasing, sometimes it is decreasing. The trends will be asked. These trends are present in economic survey. Okay. So India presently imports urea from Oman, Iran and China. So these are the areas, countries from which we import fertilizers. Diammonium phosphate, DAP fertilizer is there, no? So its production has risen on the account of expansion of domestic capacity and easy availability of the acid, and partially substituted imports has decreased by 3.8% during the financial year 2019. So India mainly imports this diammonium phosphate. It is the second most used fertilizer. So from China, Saudi Arabia, US and Jordan. India makes it potassium chloride. Okay, first you have to see in the fertilizers urea, okay, diammonium phosphate, potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is also called as potash. Okay, it is imported from Canada, Russia, okay, Belarus, Israel, Jordan, Lithuania. So most of the imports have been increasing. So 26% increase is there. Indian fertilizer market is projected to reach 11,116 billion by 2024. Okay. So it is going to be a $10 billion plus industry. That is the demand. So the demand for fertilizers in India has been witnessing it double-digit growth rate over the past several years. The major fertilizer plants, these are the fertilizer plants in the south. In the far south, Cochin is there, Mumbai, okay, Jamnagar, Kalol, Vijaypur is there, Taicher, Rourkela, Durgapur, Sindh. Okay. In Uttar Pradesh, many plants are present. Panola, Badon is there, Kanpur area is there. Okay. Jagdishpur is there, Gorakhpur is there, Palur is there. In Punjab, Nangal and Bathinda area, and in Panipat area in Haryana. So these are the areas in which fertilizers are being produced. So most of the industries are concentrated in this belt. Okay, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh belt, because these areas have a lot of agricultural activity, followed by Odisha, and Gujarat area is also there, Mumbai area. So just go through this particular map of major fertilizer plants in India. So coming to the sugar industry, it will be covered in agriculture also, but have a brief idea. Sugar industries is broadly distributed over two major areas, that is Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, Haryana. These areas, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Haryana and Punjab in the north, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh in the south. Sugar manufacturing industries. South India has a tropical climate, while North India has a temperate climate. Tropical climate is more suitable for production of this particular sugar cane. That's why India in the southern area, that is Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh area, more sucrose content, higher yields will be there when compared to the northern India. So there is a special committee called Rangarajan Committee. Former RBI Director Rangarajan was set up to give recommendations on the regulation of sugar industries in India. Because why special regulation for sugarcane production and sugar industries? Because the cost of production of sugar is much more when compared to what is the cost of what is the profit they are gaining, what is the cost of sugar. Because what is happening, lot of sugarcane manufacturing is there, many industries are developed. Sugarcane is a commercial crop, so it requires lot of water and lot of input of fertilizers. Still farmers will get a profit margin, and there will be assured price. There will be an assured price. That's why sugar industry is not proper. Sugar industry has to be regulated, because lot of farmers, if they are producing and if there is less demand, domestic demand, and if exports are not promoted, what will become? there will be the cost of production will be high, but the profit earned by the sugar farmers and sugarcane industries will be low. And then there is a special pricing scheme for the sugarcane. So minimum assured price should be maintained. That is the fair and remunerative price. FRM, fair and remunerative price for sugar industries. It will be given by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs only. Will determine the prices. Will approve the prices. So this fair and remunerative prices, farmers will get the price money, but the manufacturing industry is at loss here. So India has become the world's largest sugar producer in 2018-19, beating out the Brazil for the first time in 16 years. So in this financial year, India became the largest producer of sugar, first position. India produced 33 million metric tons of sugar. That is the tune. That is of almost 20% of the global sugar production. Okay, 33 million metric tons. World's total is 179, and India is producing 33 out of it. India's sugar industry is the second largest agro-based industry in India after cotton textile. Cotton, agro-based industries, first position cotton, second position sugarcane. Top 5 countries, if we see India, Brazil, European Union, Thailand and China, the tropical countries, many many Asian countries will be involved definitely. India, Europe, India, Thailand and China, and also the Southern American and European region. So European Union has many countries, but if we see only country-wise, India, Brazil and Thailand and China, these are the top producers. Okay. So sugarcane crop, if we see India sugarcane crop is a kharif crop grown in the monsoon season. It needs hot, humid climate with an average temperature of 21 to 27 degrees. These prelims facts will be definitely asked. So it requires 75 to 150 centimeters of rainfall, favorable for sugarcane cultivation. Sugarcane can grow in any type of soil which can retain moisture. Ideal soil for sugarcane is loamy soil. So soils in India, when we are discussing, I'll discuss about clay, loamy and sandy soils. The soil needs to be rich in nitrogen, calcium and phosphorus. But it should not, it should be neither too acidic or too basic, too alkaline. Okay. So if we see the geographical distribution of sugarcane producing states, so in Uttar Pradesh is the leading producer of sugar. Okay. So two distinct regions is there. One is Gorakhpur, Deria and Basti and Konda region. The second region is Meerut, Shahanpur, Muzaffarnagar and Bijnor and Moradabad, the region of Uttar Pradesh. So leading producer because of magnitude, the size of the states. Okay, but the productivity wise, southern states have more than. So in the Bihar, Punjab, Haryana, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh and Odisha areas, these are produced. So these are the major sugarcane producing areas. Okay, in Andhra Pradesh here, Nizamabad, Medak, West and East Godavari, Visakhapatnam, Chittoor, Krishna, this district sugarcane producing is there. Okay. So in Brahmaputra Valley it is also produced, Gujarat. Okay. So Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu area. Okay. So Telangana, Andhra Pradesh area, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana area. Okay. These are the major sugarcane producing areas in India. Coming to the cotton industry, cotton crop, special climatic conditions required, temperature 21 to 30. Sugarcane also special environmental conditions are mentioned. So 21 to 27. That cotton is 21 to 30. Rainfall 75 to 150. While here rainfall is 50 to 100 centimeters. Soil type, special type of soil is required for the cultivation of cotton crops. These are present only in the Deccan Plateau of India. So if you see India map, this is the Deccan Plateau area. Here black cotton soil. Black cotton soil is only suitable. It is well drained because it doesn't allow stagnation of water. The water will percolate deeper, so it is a well drained soil. Okay, so if we see top cotton producing states, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan. Gujarat highest, remember Gujarat, followed by Maharashtra, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So cotton textile industries are present in many states. Okay, so you need not remember everything, but just try to concentrate here. So in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Tanjore area, Tuticorin, Madurai, Coimbatore, okay, Tirunelveli, these areas is present. In Andhra Pradesh, Guntur, okay, this Telangana, Warangal and Hyderabad, okay. In Maharashtra, Pune, Solapur, okay, Aurangabad is there, Wardha, Nagpur. In Karnataka, Hubali area, okay, Devangiri area, Bangalore, Mysore, Bellary. Major cities, cotton and textile industries will be located. Okay, Murshidabad, Harora and Hooghly area in this West Bengal. In Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, Kanpur, Varanasi, Aligarh, Agra, Moradabad and Shahanpur. Gwalior, Ujjain, Devas, Indore and Burhanpur in Madhya Pradesh. So these are the major cotton and textile located states. India got first place in the world's cotton acreage. Acreage means number of acres this cotton is produced. So it is around 126 lakh hectares under cotton cultivation. That is around 3.37% of the world's area. 37%. Approximately 62% of the world's cotton is produced in rain-fed areas. Means not the irrigated lands, especially in the Deccan area, in this rain shadow region of Western Ghats, cotton is produced. During the financial year 2018-19, India's productivity is estimated about 454 kgs per hectare. Okay. Present cotton is freely exportable commodity in India. Earlier, cotton there is a ban on export. Okay. India exports cotton mainly to these particular countries: Bangladesh, China, Vietnam, Pakistan, Indonesia, Taiwan, and Thailand. Because there is a presence of cotton and textile mills as well as this units that produces cloth manufacturing units, especially concentrated in this Asian states. So even China was the largest importer of Indian cotton fiber till 2013-14, and it became the third largest importer of Indian cotton fiber. So and now it became the third largest one after Pakistan and Bangladesh. But earlier it used to import majority part of it from India itself. Okay, so if we see, China is the first position, followed by India, USA, Pakistan, and Brazil. Okay, productivity wise also, if we see the productivity area, total area and productivity, India is having highest acreage. Okay, followed by, but China is the largest producer because of intensive agricultural practices there. China is the largest producer but less acreage. China is producing more in less area. India is producing less in more area. Okay. Export, if you see, USA, India and central of this CFA region, followed by Brazil and Uzbekistan. Imports, Bangladesh highest import, Vietnam, China, Turkey and Indonesia. So India doesn't import much. So next one is the jute industry. We have to discuss jute and textile industries will be over. So coal industries also we have to discuss. It's not mentioned here. So coal, iron and steel we have discussed. Major industrial zones is over. Industries we have discussed, but mineral belts of India also we have to discuss. So jute industry, if we see, jute is called as a golden fiber. It's one of the longest and the most used natural fibers of various textile applications. It is present in the tropical lowlands with high moisture content in the soil is required. Tropical areas. It's also a rain-fed crop. It needs little amount of fertilizers and pesticides. Okay, retting of jute. This process is in which tight bundles of the jute stack are immersed in water, by which fibers get loosened and separated from the woody stack. Okay, retting of jute is the process for which these jute stacks, which are harvested from the trees, in order to loose them and in order to tie them together, this particular retting of jute process is done. World's leading jute producer countries are India, Bangladesh, China, and Thailand. India is the world's largest producer of raw jute. Remember, world's largest producer of raw jutes and jute goods contributed to 50% of total production and 40% of the total jute goods production. Cultivation of jute in India is done in the following areas: okay, West Bengal, Assam, Odisha, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Tripura, and Meghalaya. The first jute mill was established in, this fact very important, established in at Risha area in Bengal, West Bengal. So on river Hooghly near Calcutta by George Eckland. Okay, top jute producing countries we have seen: India, Bangladesh, China, Uzbekistan, and Nepal. So the textile industries are concentrated in these areas: Ludhiana, Punjab, Delhi, okay, Gujarat, Vadodara region of Gujarat, Maharashtra area, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu area. Okay, so that's it for today. So these are the major industries. So if you are having any doubts, you can ask me, or else we can continue in the next class. So major industries, industrial belts and regions in India, we have seen. Just try to remember the important facts such as major locations as well as the ranking of India. Okay. So thank you guys.